Hello everybody, I'm back with another video for you today, and despite all the drama that's been going on recently, I do have another deck for you, and it is actually Eredin. And it turns out Eredin's pretty damn good. I've been playing it quite a bit, the past couple of days. I believe Beardy Bog and Ife Bowman actually came up with the sort of style of list that I'm running here. I changed, quite a few cards around to suit what I thought was, particularly good. And it's been working very well. It is kind of a big monsters focused sort of thing with some very spicy inclusions, including a lot of engine based cards which you can protect with Eredin, of course. That's the main reason that you're playing that leader instead of something like Woodland. So yeah, really the idea is you have a couple of win conditions being Imlerith and Yennefer Conjurer, as well as to a lesser extent Nekarats. You can protect all of these with the Eredin shield. It is a bit vulnerable to tool removal, but at the very least you have a lot of other big units, Goliath, Speartip, Osrel, and all that stuff, so that you can kind of at least get some value, even if a Geralt comes out or whatever, right? So basically you've got a lot of big tempo plays in the big units, so you're playing a lot of Thrive stuff, and you also have the engine value from the Nekarats, the Imlerith and Yennefer, which in theory should be winning you the later rounds, and even maybe earlier rounds with Nekarat, if it's able to stay alive. And yeah, there's a little bit of thinning with the Riders and Naglfar, but apart from that, it's pretty straightforward. You also have organic cards, of course, to synergize with Nekarat if it does stick around. Hideous Feast and Parasite are just kind of good 6-for-6 removal cards if, Nekarat doesn't survive. It's not too bad anyway. And yeah, you have quite a bit of removal with the Hounds, the organic cards, the Imlerith's Wrath. So you've got a fair amount of control, especially if you have a Sabbath on the board hitting every turn as well. And that allows you to shut down a reasonable amount of engines, as well as put out a ton of your own and, slam the tempo plays out as well. So pretty damn fun deck, and I haven't played anything too like this before, in recent memory anyway. It's definitely refreshing to see Eredin being actually viable in some sense, and I'm sure people will iterate upon decks like this in the coming days and weeks and whatnot. But anyway, let's jump into a couple of games and see how this one plays. Alright, we're going to be playing as Queen Calanth, which I haven't really seen at all. Not a matchup you would expect, Eredin and Queen Calanth, huh? But alright. Let's see what we can do here. So Neckers are probably alright against Northern Realms, considering we're going first. We can get them out immediately and stop the engines from hurting them. We've got the 1-2-3 Thrive, which is also pretty nice. Hound is okay, we can remove stuff with that. I maybe want to keep Riders to thin them out. Maybe we could get rid of them though. Honestly, I think this hand's alright. I'm actually going to keep the whole thing. We don't have any big units, but I don't think that's the end of the world. We'll open with Neckers, of course. And if we're able to win this round without committing too much, then that'll be very, very nice. We can then push round 2 and really get stuff done in that department. Okay. Sentry and Knight is going to be a bit annoying. But let's just continue the plan of 1-2-3 Thrive. It'll be worth a lot of points for us. Hopefully. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of Calanth deck this is, whether it's combo focus with Hubert or Natalis or something weird. Could be all manner of things. Alright, blue stripes. I don't think I can really do much about that. Let's just go ahead and Wyvern, get the Thrive really online. Be worth a lot of points here. We can maybe even play Yencon this round if we want to pressure really hard. And against Calanth, it's probably quite important to do that. You just kind of play for an engine focus here, I guess. On our side. They're going to copy Blue Stripe Commander. Interesting. Very interesting. So it looks like they want to maybe combo Pavetta into playing these or something. I have no idea. I think I'm just going to Yencon, just to make sure that we can win this round, because obviously pushing this opponent is going to be very important in round 2, considering we have no real idea what they're playing. We can, of course, save our shield procs for later, which will be very useful. No idea what's going on here. but we'll find out. It's just going to be a pass, alright. Pretty easy win. We did commit Yen, which is obviously a good card. But apart from that, pretty satisfied with that. We can now, of course, push very hard here. And that's going to be useful. Very good idea to do that against Calantha. Let's get rid of the Rider. I mean, it's, you know, good to thin them out, but at the same time, I need as many viable plays this round as possible. I think I can get rid of the Hound as well. And let's open things up just with a very aggressive Imlerth, I think. This is going to really put pressure on. It's going to be hard for them to remove this, I imagine, without any board presence. Maybe they can do it if they have Ike or something. Or Margarita. So that's a little bit annoying. But, you know, we still get 8 points at least. What now? We can probably play Naglfar, get a big guy out, but first we should probably do Thrive to benefit from that, and maybe even Proto as well. So I guess at this point we're just going to drop bombs, one after the other, and hope that the opponent can't catch up. And then we can finish the game off with Osrel or something like that. Maybe the other card that Naglfar is showing. Cintrian Knight's a pretty good one to just hit with Hideous Feast. Let's do that. I guess we could have also protoed it, but this is a card I want to get rid of. You know, pretty swiftly. Gonna maintain highest unit. Gonna keep playing these really nice tempo and removal cards, hopefully. And we'll see what combo they're playing, but we do have the removal required to really separate any kind of combo that they might have. And again, Vess, Hideous Feast, probably going to be worth playing here. Proto after that. Could have done it the other way around, but I like this a bit more. Just because we're, you know, not going so high on the units in terms of strength. But yeah, maybe that wasn't actually correct in case I play Nithrol. Katakan won't get boosted now, I don't know. Whatever. It's what it is. So we got Proto, we got Naglfar, and then maybe we pass, maybe we play Imler's Wrath, maybe we try to push even further and split up any Calantha combo that can come out. Really curious as to what this is right now. Could be anything. Could be literally anything. Well, as far as Northern Realms and neutral cards are concerned. And Vandergris Blade going to be played. Now that is a very juicy target for Nithrol. So you know, I think I'm going to get rid of that right now. It's really, really good news for us. I mean, I think they're going to struggle to come back from that one. Very far behind in points. We're very far ahead, and we still haven't even played our really big bombs. And the spear tips, whatever. Proto and all that. But, you know, see what they got up their sleeve. Maybe they can do some fancy fancy footwork and some combination of very powerful plays. Fisher King is going to be coming out. Alright, let's go ahead and drop our Proto. Sounds good to me. Although, actually, yeah, maybe Naglfar is better to do. We can save the Proto for later if we want, really. And we can proc the Thrive on the Katakan anyway, even if we play Naglfar first, so may as well do that one, I guess. Calantha actually going to come out now. It means we don't really need to bleed anymore if we don't want to. Prince going to be played. Running out of time. But are going to be able to hit Nithrol with that, okay. In that case, yeah, I'm going to keep up the pressure a little bit here and play the Naglfar and play Spear Tip, I think, just to be safe in case they can maybe kill Goliath somehow. Unlikely that that'll be the case, but you never know.
These dogs have no honor.
Selkirk is going to be played. That is probably worth killing with the Wrath, I think. There's not really much else that I can imagine us wanting to kill with that damage. And we might even go all the way in here, though. Of course, Osrel is better later. Visagard doesn't really do anything here. I'm just going to take the Proto and go pretty much all in. I think this will require them to play all of their cards. They're very far behind. And no real combo came out there at all. It just seemed like a value. Kalanth. Ah, Draug. So this is what they were setting up for. Let's take the pass now then. We have the Osrel enabled. We know we're drawing into Goliath. We have extra leader value. They might be able to get a very large amount of points here with the Revenants, and that is that is okay. But apparently they don't even have enough points. So, well, kind of blew them out with the big monster traditional tempo that you have with that. They are going to make it to round 3, but we're just so far ahead in terms of the value we have in hand. Should be okay. Very unlikely we're getting in trouble here, I think. In terms of the mulligans, we can probably get rid of Plumard, but I don't think it matters too much as long as we have playable cards that aren't 0 points. Pavetta is going to be played, but I don't really see what that's doing for them. We'll go Wyvern first, of course, to do Thrive.
Magic can work wonders when
And
used.
it's all just gone wrong. There's really nothing here for them, unfortunately. Let's actually shield this Wyvern. I probably should have done that, but whatever. We'll go with the Riders. Doesn't really matter quite to min-max in here. We'll happily take that win. Pretty clear one to take. I mean, Calanthe is quite weak, right? But, we got Arimlith locked and we're still able to put out a huge amount of points, so it's just monsters, really, in that sense. But let's jump into another game and see if we can do that again. And an Unseen Elder player. Interesting. Interesting stuff. I've been playing at Skellige all day, but now we've got Elder and Calanthe. Alright. Okay, we'll see what we want to mulligan here. Probably Plumard can be gone, and a Rider, of course, as well. Maybe we can thin those out this round. That would be nice. Naglfar's a really good card, because it means if you don't even thin that much, you can still guarantee access to your golds a lot more often. Which is obviously important in this deck, with all the gold power that you have. But alright. Elder's a bit of a spooky one. Probably try to bleed us. I don't know if that'll work well. Bleeding this deck can be kind of punishing sometimes, because you're able to split up your leader value, right? Harpy Egg actually going to come down first, alright. We'll probably just drown of that and get the Thrive going as soon as possible. Okay. Let's see what we got. We do have, big dude Goliath to play this round if we need to, set up the graveyard and all that. But apart from that, we've got some just pretty standard stuff. No Nekirats being played, which is maybe not a good thing for us. Maybe it is. I don't know. They're definitely better on blue coin because you can buff them up with tactical advantage. You can protect them more easily. Maybe play them late into a round so they're not vulnerable to Cleaver. The option is definitely there. Alright, just going to be a bit of Marilyn value. I don't know what we want to do here. Probably just... We could even play Naglfar, honestly. If we pull one of our, engines, it's not even that bad to play, but... we can probably play Yennefer. I don't really see an issue with this. It'll help us push the round, and having Spear Tip for later will be good. Just a bit of thinning, really, more than anything, and, it's very possible Yen will die here, but kind of similar situation to last game, maybe playing one of these engines is fine, maybe playing Nekirat later with Shield from Eredin is even safer than playing something like Yennefer, who gets, is vulnerable to Geralt or whatever. But we'll see. We'll see if it ends up being a good decision or not. Parasite is going to take her out, but okay. Not really the end of the world. I guess we can play Goliath. I really want to get the largest unit, of course. That's kind of our aim right now, and this is really the only line of play we have to do that. We could have, of course, played the Spear Tip, but we'll save that one for later, I think. Just having a big 9-point play is very nice. Be able to, be less bleedable and just a bit more safe. And of course, if we're in round 3, we'll just have more points. Yen is a bit conditional, but, when she works, she's very, very, very good in conjunction with Eredin. Big ropes coming out today. Let's see what the opponent's gonna do. Take your time. Take your time, sir. Use as much time as you want. Feel free. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's go with the riders. Get those out the deck. Of course. And we can probably play Hound as well to kill the Werecat in a turn or two. Get rid of those dominance cards. Do all the thinning. We've done a lot of thinning. We've got good cards in hand. So as long as we're able to escape to round 2 and 3, particularly round 3, then we'll be feeling pretty good. I mean, Elder's a weird one. It could be running all sorts of different things. I've been seen some artifact kind of based Elder decks around, which is interesting. But you know, guess we'll find out. They're usually going to want to bleed you, so here's what it is. Gimpy Gerwin. Haven't seen him too much recently. Right, Hound time will kill the Werecat. Still ahead in points, which is kind of nice. Don't really care if we win on even or not, I don't think. Obviously, it's better to do that than not. And we have Proto to push value, but, you know, they have this Deathwish guy. They have tactical advantage still to, of course, gain some points. So, you know, a little bit behind maybe here in this round, which isn't the end of the world. Still have their leader as well, which, you know, of course, giving them 5 points. Cyclops going to come down and be a pretty big swing, and that's probably going to push us out the round, I think. In theory, we could play on maybe. No, I don't think we even can without committing Eredin charges. So let's just take the pass, see what the Elder has to say about round 2. You're going to bleed me and maybe force me to use Eredin. Put me in a bit of an awkward situation. It's possible, but hand is looking quite competent at the moment. Let's get rid of Plumard. I actually don't mind Neckers. They're probably fine here. Wyvern is a bit more iffy. I'm going to get rid of it. And the hand is pretty damn golden, which is what you want to see in these round 2s and 3s, of course. Bleeding, you know, might be good for them, might not be, we'll see. Of course, Neckers are going to be invulnerable to Manticore in some sense. They're a little bit vulnerable to Maruna, Succubus, whatever it's called these days. But I think we can start with those just to be safe. You know, Maruna's a bit painful, but apart from that, nothing really deals with these guys in a proper, you know, in a good way. Karanthe are actually going to come down. It is Maruna. Okay. I mean, that's not great news for us, of course. They're going to be able to just steal our boys, but you know, it might not be the end of the world. So we could go with Katakan. We could even go with Hideous Feast. If you wanted to get this above 3 strength and not have to worry about it being stolen, but yeah, I kind of like that idea actually. I think we'll kill the Necker as well. It does put us far behind in points, but this is going to be an issue at some point anyway, right? Let's do this. We can always catch up with, you know, Katakan or Spear Tip or whatever. Maybe not Katakan. Maybe Katakan? I don't know. Oh my god, I did the math so wrong. I'm actually a Dumbo, like, okay, whatever, guys. Whatever, guys. Whatever, guys. Truth be told, that probably wasn't great for us. But yeah, that probably wasn't great for us. But it's okay. We can go with Katakan now. I haven't eaten all day, so I'm pretty hungry. My brain is not working properly. I forgot he could just Cyclops to steal that. I know there's a Maruna still in hand. That's okay. What's not okay, potentially, is us not having the highest unit. Although we only have Proto that cares about that, and I guess to some extent Imrith's Wrath. Honestly, right now we're probably okay. For the moment, anyway. Can pretty easily get ahead with some card, maybe even card plus leader. Osrel is good enough right now to catch us up, so you know, we can play Proto if they don't get highest unit as well.
I do the best and last.
And Wispest will be played. Let's play the Proto now, it just makes sense, right? just makes sense. We can probably hit... we don't really need to hit the Katakan, we already played our dominance cards. Let's go Proto and then can maybe take the round with Spear Tip if we need to. We're not that far behind. Despite the Maruna and the Elder value, it's not really the end of the world for us. We still have leader charges if we need to use them. Kind of maybe even a good thing that we don't have engines here, because obviously bleeding when the opponent doesn't have engines typically doesn't work very well. Oswald, on the other hand, is pretty damn painful. That one does hurt. But, you know, we're not out of it yet. We're not out of it. So if we go with Parasite, we would have enough with like a leader charge and Mimulus Wrath to catch up. I think we're going to go for that line of play. Maybe that's wrong. I shouldn't have buffed the Katakan because of the Thrive. Oops. Oops. But, whatever. Yeah, I'm not sure this line of play was that great, but whatever. We get to round 3 and that's all that really matters, I suppose. At the end of the day. I mean, it's not all that matters, but it matters. It is something that matters. We know there's a Maruna, so gotta be careful of that. A lot of 3 strength guys. We're gonna definitely mulligan Wyvern because that's just a Maruna target, and probably Hound as well. Nekarat let's open with, or maybe not. I think we have to do it and just, you know, hope it doesn't get removed by something like Manticore. If there is a Manticore and a Maruna, then that's maybe too many Deathwish targets, so we can kind of assume there might not be one. There might be one, but just kind of have to take the risk here, I suppose. Fiend is pretty bad. I guess we're going to play the Wyvern. It will get stolen by Maruna, which is obviously pretty painful, but we're then going to have Hideous Feast on it, so it's not that bad, I don't think. All to be expected. So let's go for that. And we are obviously vulnerable to tool removal here, but otherwise we're pretty okay, I think. Maruna shouldn't be getting value here, unlikely. Foglet's pretty damn weak. Let's go with that Spear Tip. Reasons are obvious, right? And we can finish things off with this kind of mediocre Azrael. Truth be told, not the best one I've ever played. Obviously, if they have something like a K-Run, we might be in a spot of trouble. Wouldn't be too surprised. Let's hit the Maruna. They do need 15 points. K-Run is the card they have. I think we can win here. It's going to depend on entirely on what these things hit. And that looks like Maruna's dead, so we're going to be able to take the win. Pretty close. They could have gone in their favour if, of course, Osro was hit. And I think we would have been losing here, but... Bit of a weird game. I think I misplayed that round 2 quite badly, but whatever. Able to take the win. That'll do it for me. Eredin winning games. Yay. Anyway, yeah, it's a pretty fun deck. I don't know if it's the strongest, and probably as time goes on, it, you know, will be overshadowed by its stuff. Certainly at the moment, there's a lot of Geralt in the meta, and that card does really hurt Eredin, so keep that in mind. But yeah, it's fun, and I enjoy Eredin actually being able to win games. It's pretty cool now. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys, for watching. Do, of course, subscribe for more videos, as always, and I'll see you next time.